Welcome to this sample audio clip, which comes from the series entitled Multi-Hull Conversations with Jim Brown. In this recording, Jim speaks to Lyles Forbes, Chief Curator of the Mariners Museum in Newport News, Virginia. Lyles shares here about his first sailing experience in a Windrider Trimaran, which led him to buy one of his own. You can find out more about the complete audio as well as the other multi-hull conversations at www.outrigmedia.com.
It was really about 10 years ago, sailing down in Florida, and it was just a wonderful day with a nice steady breeze once you got out beyond the shadow of the hotels and the condos there, and you could run parallel to the beach at a pretty good clip. And just sitting down that close to the water, the sensation of speed was just really increased, and just steering with your feet and controlling the sail with your hand. It was just a really straightforward boat that really made sailing fun. And I grew up along the Gulf Coast and sailing down there in various boats over the years, and I just was out by myself, and it was just one of those great days that you always remember. Nothing overly, nothing happened, but it was just a great sailing day, and it was a great little boat. And after I'd sailed in that, and some of it was I had been listening to Jim tell me all these stories about, being in San Francisco in the 1950s and sort of at the cusp of the modern multi-hull era, and seeing some of his stuff and thinking, okay, I've heard this kind of thing from other sailors and sailboat designers and this kind of stuff. And then for Jim to have done something and put something out in 1996 out of rolled and molded plastic and aluminum with a Dacron sail, he was a guy that was still making a mark, still designing, still with a fertile imagination. And I told him one time when we were driving down to North Carolina to look at a Windrider that it was really a beautiful, beautiful boat, irrespective of his sailing qualities and this kind of stuff. And it just was, to me, having seen hundreds and hundreds of boats as a curator, this one just for some reason had something very beautiful about it, and it was a great sail. And so ever since then I thought, I've got to have one, and I have just really enjoyed being out by myself, whether it's on the James River or down in Florida or Alabama. It's just a wonderful little thing, and very, very dependable. And I think the first time I actually went out and won down in Florida was a kind of a life-changing experience for me. So, and Jim told me at that point, he said, "You'll never go back. You're a multi-huller now, and you'll never be.
Your life is ruined.
Your life is ruined." I accepted that and have moved on. So.